Hello, my little diva baddies. How are you guys doing today? Perf. Today's video, I wanted to stay in the Thanksgiving vibe because this video is coming out on Thanksgiving. I wanted to come on here and just kind of say a few things that I'm grateful for. I feel like as humans, there are little things that we take for granted in our day-to-day lives, and honestly, it's important, I feel like, to be grateful for the little things, things that don't seem like they're that big of a deal, but not everyone is lucky to actually have, some things that we take for granted. I actually got this idea yesterday. I was out on a mini Friendsgiving with some of my friends. It's funny because, a Friendsgiving, the way you would picture a Friendsgiving is like, you go to someone's house and everyone brings food and that kind of vibe, right? So we suck at planning things. Me
and my friends actually suck
at planning things. We ended up just going to a restaurant, and yeah, that was our Friendsgiving. But I got this idea because I was telling my friends we should go around the table and say different things that we're grateful for. And one of my friends had mentioned how he had been going through a lot this year and he couldn't find things to be grateful for. And it made me realize that sometimes you need to look at things from a different perspective. Sometimes I feel like we forget to be kind to ourselves and we forget to celebrate the small victories in life. I think it's important to just be positive and be kind to yourself, even when it seems like, you've had the worst year of your life. Something that doesn't seem like a big deal, but I'm definitely grateful for is just being able to, wake up every morning. I'm grateful to just like be alive and healthy. I feel like health is one thing that we as humans definitely take for granted. You can wake up one day and not be healthy and your whole life can just be turned around. So I think that I'm definitely grateful, for my health, for my family's health, and for my friends' health. I'm grateful for friends and family. Starting this was definitely a choice, and my family has been nothing but supportive. They've been my biggest fans, and same thing with my friends. My friends, when I told them about starting content creation and stuff like that, they were all super supportive. They were all super sweet, and I think that it's very important to surround yourself with people that support you in what you do, even if they don't have similar goals or whatever, but they can appreciate, I guess you could say, like what you're doing, and they can support you through that. So I think that that's very important. This one's gonna sound funny, but I'm grateful for getting laid off. As some of you guys know, I don't have a job right now because the company that I was working for, it's actually a restaurant, but it was like not a chain necessarily, but I guess it kind of was like a chain though, because they have different restaurants throughout the US. But anyways, so I was working there. I was the manager at the time when everything happened. They had to close down a bunch of locations throughout the US and whatever. There's still some open, but not as many as there were. I can't remember exactly how many locations were open, but there was a lot of locations, and they closed down like more than half because they had to file for some kind of bankruptcy. Grateful for that, because if I never would have gotten laid off, then I would have never had the courage to start this. During my time off from work and everything, I can definitely tell you my mental health has been so much better, and I feel like a lot of people who worked in that restaurant with me can say the same thing. I mean, it was a mixture of just the environment and the people that we worked with and the people that we had to deal with, and there was a lot of rude and nasty people, and I feel like as a manager you get a lot of the bad experiences with guests that came in. I'm happy that I'm finally able to follow my dream. I have the courage to finally follow my dream and do what I personally love without that time to sit down and reflect. I don't know, I feel like I wouldn't have found you guys. So yeah, this kind of goes hand in hand with what I just said, but I'm grateful for being able to, like I said, just follow my dream. Ever since I was young, me and my cousin used to make these videos on her first computer. I feel like that's where it all kind of started for me, being an entertainer. For me, this feels like a full circle moment in the sense that I did it when I was younger, when, years and years and years of my life, not knowing what I really want to do, switching through different careers I wanted to try and whatever, just to now come to realize this is honestly like what I enjoy doing. I've enjoyed this since I was young, and to rediscover it now and finally have the courage to set up the camera and hit record and hit post. To me, that was such a hard thing to do. It's easy, I feel like, to actually like record the video, but when it comes to putting yourself out there, it's scary. You never know like the type of people that are watching you, and if they like secretly hate you, or like you don't know people's intentions when they're, I guess, watching you or whatever. Like you never know what people are thinking. It's something that you have to overcome, that I'm glad that I finally did overcome. One of my friends once told me it's better to do it scared than not at all, and honestly I think that really gave me the extra push that I needed to be able to post my content, post things that I wanted out, things that I personally think that would like make people smile. I think a large reason as to why I wanted to start this channel is because I always felt like I wanted to help people, and I've always wanted to put smiles on people's faces. I wanted to be the reason why like people laugh. I want to be able to like inspire some people, which is why I think that this is like the perfect thing for me to do. I think it's important to be grateful for what we have, because we forget that we are lucky. Some people, aren't lucky enough to have some things that we have, and I think that it's really easy to forget that. And yeah, that's it for this video. I know it's a little short and a little different than the content wow, I can't speak. The content that I've put out already, but just wanted to say what I was grateful for. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys are eating good, and I hope you guys have a good time with your families or whoever you guys are celebrating this Thanksgiving with. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Oh, that's another thing. Hey, I'm grateful for the people that come back and watch this. That's another thing too. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching. Thank you for, if you're subscribed, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for just the people who come back. So I'm grateful for you guys as well, even though there's not many of you yet, but
I built an army.
So thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't and you're watching. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Bye bye.